What's up, guys? This is Theo here, coming to you live with another coding tutorial. This coding tutorial is going to be a walkthrough on Learn Sass off of CodeCademy. I'm not sponsored in any way. I'm just showing you how to go through the course. It says this course takes 3 hours. If that's the case, we'll break it up into a few parts, but I don't think it should. So navigate to this URL if you want to follow along, and we're going to click Start. I don't have the Pro account, but we're going to click Start. And it says why Sass. So basically Sass is just sort of CSS on steroids a little bit. You can do variables and sort of nesting of your styles. And yeah, so you can sort of read through this. Let's click next. Sass can't be directly right. You have to compile your Sass. And this is the way you do it. You say Sass, and then you say the Sass file, and then the file you want to compile it into. And so what it wants us to do is compile the Sass to CSS by typing the following command. Let me see, why is the terminal not running? Let's load it again, see if it runs. Connecting. Terminal. Okay, so we're just going to type Sass main.css, main.css, and we're going to run it. Let's see if it runs. Cool. And you can sort of see what it did. This is the Sass. Well, I guess there's not a lot of Sass here. But basically, if I nested something inside here, like dot test and do color red, you can sort of see what happens. h1.test, that's how it compiles it. So we're going to click next. And so Sass has perks, variables, mixins are just functions, and nest are nesting. So you can sort of see h1 and test is nested inside here, like I have it. Take a look. Cool. Awesome. That's what we just showed. You can nest. Again, just gone over that, and that's what it looks like in regular CSS. So it says in main inside of the banner class, nest the following. So we're going to go in here. We're going to nest slogan. Cool. And we're going to put it right here. Sort of see how it makes it a lot faster to write your styles because you don't have to constantly sort of know the hierarchy. You can just keep going down. Okay, following the span. Nest following span inside the slogan. So we're continuing to nest. Cool. And let's run that. Cool. And then we're going to nest this inside of the container. Let's do that. Where is our container? All right, cool. And awesome. That should work. Cool. Let's go on to the next one. Parent, we'll compile, right, and main. Okay, nest the following inside of banner. Just more practice, sort of getting it down and nesting. And let's run this. Cool. Move on. So, so this says in Sass, $sign is used to define a reference to variable. It says you can create variables. So at the top, we're going to create a new variable. And we are just going to put it right here. And reference to that variable is the background color property inside of the slogan. So then now we can go down here and we can say background color. We can give it that variable name, and we can run it, and we can sort of see what it does for us. Let's see. So now you can see it background color inside of slogan. Where is slogan? Let me see. Okay. So yeah, I just changed it. So if we change this to red, you can sort of see. You can see it at work. Slogan. Background color red. Awesome. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. So make a variable of your type number. So you can call these variables anything you want. And add the following inside the class selector icon. So we're just going to go down to icon. And we're going to add these two properties. And again, these variables are just, this is just a placeholder or sort of like a pointer to what the property is. So we're going to run this. Work. Cool. Go on to the next one. And okay, we're going to create a list. Cool. And then we're going to replace it all the list items with okay, let's see, for all the instances that use 4-pick solid black. Okay, so we're just going to change all the ones that say 4-pick solid black, 4-pick solid black, 4-pick solid black, and right here, 4-pick solid black. Let's see if that works. Cool. Let's move on to the next one. Nesting. Okay, cool. Looks like that's it for that one. Submit. And let's check our knowledge. Let's do this quiz. Which of the following data types looks like, I would say, arrays. Okay. You can use maps, colors, and lists, but not arrays. What's the difference between Sass and CSS? Styles web page, Sass is language style. There you go. That's what it does. Variables, nesting, mixins, functions, and selector inheritance. What best describes the benefits of Sass? Nesting makes code. Okay. More efficient. Like I said, it's quicker to write. What command allows you to compile? Okay, so it's going to be Sass, the Sass file, and then the name of the file you want to compile it to. What best describes how the introduction of variables by Sass improves coding style sheets? Readability and maintainability. Yep. Which of the following statements is false? All CSS is Sass, I would say. No? I guess not. Let's see. Code data supports list values must be separated. I guess it's no. I guess I got that one wrong. What would be the output of the following? Okay, so it would be button label, button padding. Looks like it's that one. Cool. So not sure why I got that one wrong, but let me know in the comments. So next one up, we are going to style the before and after pseudo classes. So again, that just shows you can use this and instead of how you normally do colon hover. Inside of the note card, nest and invoke the following selector. Include that anytime you see an at, this is just referencing a function. So this, the at include is we're going to import a function. This is the name of the function, and then this is invoking it like a normal function. So inside of the note card, where's note card? Right here. And let's run this. Cool. Next one, mixin. You can sort of see this is how you create the mixin. It's just mixin or function, and the name of the function, and what you want to happen. These are all the vendor prefixes. Okay, and how it compiles down. So at the top, main.css create the following. This is our function, and I'm going to put it up here. Mixin backface visibility, and then we'll include it in our inside the joint dot front and back. And we'll include it, so this should just compile to backface visibility hidden. So let's run this, guys. Cool. So that worked. You can also pass in arguments, which are referenced by a variable. You can call this whatever you want. And then you just pass it in here. You can also do a default, so you could do colon, like, you know, true or visibility, or in this case it would be hidden or visible. So we're going to modify our function so it takes in an argument. And again, we could always just pass in, default to hidden. And then in here, we'll just include back. Front and back, we will include, let me see, hopefully it doesn't complain about my default. It includes an argument and back face visibility. Yeah, maybe it doesn't like that. Alright, yeah, I gotta look up how to do the default one again, but you can. Cool, so, oh yeah, default value, right? That's what I was doing. Hidden, mix in, yeah, visibility, add a default value, visibility, hidden, yeah, that's what I did. Click run. Okay, yeah, alright, I guess maybe I had it. Let me see if I had it like a space, if it didn't like it because of that. Not sure. Maybe I just didn't want that in the answer. So more mix-ins, more includes. Side of the back selector. So now we're just working with passing arguments. And so we're in back. We'll just pass this function in. Cool. And also to make sure the note card preserves a 3D effect. At the top, we're just going to include this. So let's add some space up here. Include this, and then inside note card, we are going to include our mix-in, and then we're going to run it. Make sure that's working. Okay. The following to the top of main. Mix-in transition. These are just CSS transitions. I'm going to include the transition. And again, so we could do 0.2 seconds as a default. And inside of the note card selector, you can do that. I think it'll barf because it, okay, no. So you can sort of see our note card has transition to 0.4 seconds, but if we don't pass it anything, I think it'll default to 0.2 because that's what we put up there. Cool. Now let's go to next. What are we on now? So mix in stripes, you can do all these different parameters. Add this at the top, make a new list variable. I wouldn't say you use list that much, to be honest, I don't. And inside the stripes mix in, we're gonna add this to dot definition. So we're just adding some more properties on. And cool, let's go on to 7. String interpolation. This just allows you to sort of find a variable here that you pass in by using this pound. So edit the photo content mix in as follows. Mix in photo content edit. Where is it? Right. So now we're just changing it to taking a parameter, and this parameter is going to be bound here or interpolated. And then let's include the mix-in inside the photo selector. So where's our photo? Let's find it in here. And now, cool, this should work. Nice. So and hover, this is just the simplified way using Sass to use hover. You could do, and active, and what would be another one? And hover, and active, and what are some other pseudo classes? I'm trying to think. I can't think of any off the top of my head. There's a lot. And visited. There's quite a few. So yeah, this is more invoking. We're creating a new mix-in. And let's put this up at the top. So it just takes in a color and on hover it'll change that div or whatever it is to that color. Include this inside the word directive or word tag or selector, and then make sure that ran. Alright, cool. So it's just going through the mix-in, string interpolation. That's everything we looked at. Submit. Start the lesson. And let's go through the functions and operations. Okay, cool. Functions and operations for computing. Operate on color values, iterate on lists and maps, apply styles based on conditions. Cool. Now let's look. Fade out, fade in. So these are just more mix-ins. And then in main.css, fade out lagoon blue by 0.5. Okay. So let's see if this works. Cool. You could also do this to fade in. So I can read whatever you want. It's just a function. You can do addition. Cool. I can do red plus blue, which will just calculate the hexes of this. So let's, what do we want to do? Color, we can set it equal to red plus blue. We can see what it outputs. What did I do wrong? Color, oh, my bad, sorry. Color is red plus blue, so this will add up the hexes, or it'll just tell you if it can make a color like red and green. See what that gives us. Give us that, like an orangey sort of color. Next, addition, all of your arithmetic inside of math include the following computations. So this is just, again, more interpolation, pretty simple. It's just going to take the width, 250 pixels divided by 6. Let's run it. And compute the border radius property of the math class to be 1/30th of its width. Okay, so let's see. Border radius will be width divided by 30, I think. Right, 1/30th. All right, cool. Let's move on to the next one. So division, cool. Compute the math selector's font size to be 1/2 of its height. Okay. And font size. So we can put our key right here, font size, and then width divided by 6 divided by 2. And cool, that works. Beyond simple math, we explored Sass allows for more complex. These are for loops. Each item in lists are sort of like the for each loop. If you're familiar with that, just iterates over the keys and gives you the values. So we're going to write each loop to assign the background color to the class based on the items list. At each item in list, take that item and give the background color of that item. So this will look, in order to give the background color of orange to the first item, purple to the second, and teal to the third. Let's see if this works. Cool. So similarly, if we were to change this to blue, the last one should be, why did it not? Oh, right, because there's nothing assigned with that. So we'll go back and there's a CSS file, I think, somewhere in here. Main.css, background color, background blue. Huh, that's weird. But yeah, that's how you do the for loop. So at each item in list, and then for I from begin through end. So this will just be for I. I is the index, begin, or this is the initialization, this is the endpoint, and then this is just through and to. You say whatever you want. So in the main CSS, we'll insert the following for loop. So this is going to say for I from 1 through total, so 1 to 10. Take this class of array and its nth child, so this will be the first one, and just keep adding background color blue to everything. So it looks like it's just going to add blue to everything. Cool. Inside the body, dance through the color wheel by using the color function we saw before and modifying the background. So it looks like we can just we'll just adjust the hue, and cool. So this will give us a rainbow, because step is just going to be 360 divided by 10 each time, multiplied by I. Awesome. Now we have if statements. So if condition, the value of true. This is almost like a ternary operator. Okay, so you can see what happens if, else, and So let's add this to our for loop. And this is just gonna check if it's divisible by 2, then apply this condition, otherwise apply that condition, and same with this. So let's add these. This is just gonna change, yeah, it's gonna stagger it. Cool, and awesome, that's it for that. Submit, let's see, start lesson. Let me just check how much more we have to go. All right. Mixin, selector, function operation, sustainable. Okay, that's the last one. So this has to be confusing. Okay, that's just some more tips. Yeah, just how you organize your Sass. So you can sort of read about that. Import allows you to import different things. Usually, you'll have mixins, placeholders, functions, everything you want. Yeah, you can add different files. Basically, a lot of times you have a base or a config file, and then you import them all into a main Sass file. Let's go to next, and add the following line of code. Import variables. You can call it whatever you want. It'll assume the SCSS suffix. So we're going to import variables. So you just have to make sure you find the relative path. And so we're going to import helper variables. And cool. And that's going to import Sass helper. It's going to import that, all of these, so that all these variables actually make sense to the Sass. Extend will allow you to, let's see, sort of like inheritance for your Sass. I wouldn't say I use that very much either, but if you want to have some fun, you can. Define absolute class selector as follows. Cool, so we're going to add this. And then inside this class, extend this class to slogan, inside of both slogan and inside of span. So basically it's just going to apply position absolute to both of these. And let's see if that works. Cool. Move on. And then what's the last thing? This is just a placeholder. Prevent rules from being rendered. A.lemonade. Font size, background color. Lemon yellow. Basically, if you put this in here, it will not interpolate the Sass. That's pretty much what it's saying. Move it from main.css and place it inside helper placeholders. So we're going to take this out and we're going to move it inside of helper placeholders. We're going to put it here. Place your old extend with the placeholder extend notion. Let me go back to our main. Close that, and we'll do this. So now we will not inherit this position absolute property. Make sure it's working. Cool. Mix and extend constructs. Okay, cool. So these are not taking, they're not being interpolated. Okay, remove the center mixin and the helper mixins. Let's see. So, create the placeholder name center. Create the placeholder name center inside the helper placeholders partial. Okay, let me go back. Oh, crap. Let me go back to, where's our... Hold on 1 second. Let me... I don't think I'm supposed to delete that. Okay, so... Alright. What we're going to want to do... Move the center inside of helpers, mixins. Okay, cool. And then we're going to go back to placeholders. And then this is just going to be... I think we just change it to that. Center. Sure to convert the placeholder name center. Be sure to change the include statements to extend both span and h1. So let's go back to our main Sass file. And so this is going to be extend center where center being used. Let's put that on there. And is it somewhere else too? Span and H1. Where's our H1? Okay, cool. So now it will not inherit that. CSS after include expected identifier was center on line 8 of Sass main.css. Oh, right, sorry. At extend. And this will be at extend. So it's not inheriting any of this. Cool. Good to go. So yeah, guys, we just finished Sass really quickly. A lot of it is copy and paste, but if you're new to it, you can sort of explore all the different functionality that it has to offer. But shouldn't be too hard, really, to complete. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Always appreciate the feedback. And yeah, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.